Welcome to Loki. I'm very excited. I've heard very good things about this. Oh, and we're gonna start this whole show off with that scene from Endgame. I'm into it. I gotta say, it is really cool how tied into the actual movies the shows are. I feel like they could have easily just had the shows be standalone things that didn't really connect. I really appreciate that they go through a lot of effort to make it connect. And we have a different score playing. I like. Ooh, a very cool score too. I love this. That shot is phenomenal. Well, it's clear he doesn't know how to control it very well, otherwise he wouldn't have teleported himself like a couple hundred feet in the air.
I am Loki.
Now you're really gonna do this again?
Of Asgard.
What's up, Wunmi? I really love her. Ooh, got him good. Oh, that's cool.
You're now moving but feeling all that pain in real time.
Oh, that's kind of shitty. Although this version of Loki definitely deserves it. Okay. Oh, that was kind of mean. They didn't let us see what it did. Obviously, that's going to be important later. Oh, so that's what the collar does.
Cross me, there are deadly consequences.
We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see about that. It's actually pretty creepy. Aww. I wonder if it's a flirkin or not.
Please sign to verify this is everything you've ever said.
What?
Considering how old he is, you'd think it'd be more than that, right?
Do a lot of people not know if they're robots?
Thank you for your confirmation. Please move through.
It's a good question, though. Yeah, what's it gonna
I was
do?
a robot and I didn't know it.
The machine would melt you.
Loki, you're not a robot. Just go through it.
No.
He's just allowed to say no? Okay.
All-knowing timekeepers emerged, bringing
Oh, the
peace by
timekeepers,
reorganizing
interesting.
the multiverse into a single timeline, the sacred timeline.
Wait.
Now, which left
Oh, so
unchecked,
that's twice now that they've mentioned
lead into another
Nexus event.
multiversal
Okay, but we know the Spider-Man movie's coming up, and it's a multiverse movie, so there can't just be one timeline. Well, it's a good thing you took the ticket. I very much like the title screen, too. And I'm loving this music, dude. It's good.
Just a kid.
I get the feeling the TVA doesn't really give a shit whether you're a kid or not. Nope, there's that Mephisto reference that everyone got super excited about. Oh, wait, what? Are we actually doing Mephisto this time, or are you tricking me again? Is that devil supposed to be Loki, or is that Mephisto? I'm confused. Well, he seems like a nice guy. Don't know if I believe that, but so far he seems cool.
No doubt in a last-ditch effort to stave off my ascent.
Wait, how would he possibly know that?
That's
Oh,
quite
believe me, you can smell the cologne of two Tony Starks. You speak of
Oh,
time criminals.
okay.
It's they.
That still would kind of make the Avengers the ones who are at fault for that, but
Not
okay.
supposed to happen.
The timekeepers
Is
Oh,
one of them
timekeepers.
Kang, perhaps? Because that would be
Well,
so
perhaps I should
cool.
speak to these.
dictate the proper flow of time according to their dictations. How do you plead?
So you're just a middleman. Or are you?
He's trying to use his powers, ma'am.
Don't rush me.
Don't rush me.
Why would it work?
It's not your story, Mr. Laufeyson. It never was.
You have
Ooh,
no idea what
got
I'm
him.
capable of.
Oh, this place is massive. That looks so cool.
There's no magic here. That's not real.
For your fire, though. Come on.
I feel like it's a very valid concern how much of this is real and how much of it isn't.
I like it. Slap it on a t-shirt.
Well, let's start with a little cooperation. Not my forte.
Definitely not.
I don't want to be. I was born to be.
No, but
You definitely weren't,
king of
but
what exactly?
It was the song of freedom.
How's that?
I remember him talking about that in the first Avengers movie.
In the wrong path. Always taken.
Good.
It's
Said
definitely
nearly
not
every
true,
living thing.
but
I'm guessing you
I
don't
see his
fall into
point.
that category.
Okay.
Okay.
Owen Wilson's weirdly almost a little creepy the way he delivers his lines, just because he's like so subdued. I like it. That still kind of fucked me up.
Avengers come together. Eyeballs, maybe.
Oh yeah. That was pretty
You are enjoying
gruesome, honestly.
Did you enjoy it?
So they're trying to say that it was actually him the whole time?
I failed to see how this
That's
has
pretty
anything
funny.
to do with it. I was young and I lost a bet to Thor. Where was the TVA when I was betting
DB
these
Cooper was just because he lost a bet?
What is it?
It's an illusion.
I think that might be true.
It's a cruel, elaborate trick.
He would have been taken to a cell on Asgard.
Ooh, now they're gonna show him his future.
Think of it as comforting.
I wonder if they're gonna show him his death.
Then am I not your
That would be kind of cool.
I'll never tell.
That actually was pretty sad.
Because it's supposed to. Because it has to.
But then how is there a multiverse?
Now, why don't you tell me?
All so that others
Kind of,
can
yeah.
achieve their best versions of themselves.
You think everyone should be reset? I'm getting good stuff in
We
there.
just lost another unit.
To what, another Loki?
Okay, Loki, I think we can finish up tomorrow and just...
Oh, he took the little time twister. I didn't even notice him like pickpocket that. That was very smooth.
How do you not know what a fish
Yeah, how does he not know what a fish is?
Let's be honest, it does.
What? What do you see?
What?
What the hell?
Infinity Stones?
Some of them.
Huh. Well, that right there does kind of prove how powerful the TVA is. Damn, she really was gonna kill him. What, are you gonna take your own stroll through it? He needs to see his death. Like, if he doesn't, that's such a missed opportunity. Oh, man, I really love Tom Hiddleston's acting. He's very, very good.
Remember this place.
Oh, this is actually hitting me a little more than I expected.
If you're here, I'd not even give you a hug.
I'm here.
It really warms my heart, actually. Oh, and then here we go. Man, that would be so wild. I'm actually witnessing your death. Well, I'm sure that's rather depressing for him. Come on, give me a fight scene between these two. I'm down. Well, the music is definitely telling me that that's what's gonna happen. There we go. How strong are they if she's able to, you know, attack a god? Oh. It's so mean. Can't exactly blame him. He did just see himself die. I'm sure he's a little pissed off.
Whatever that is.
I don't enjoy hurting people.
Desperate play for control.
You do know
Interesting. I actually do kind of buy that. I mean, he's like the greatest actor of all the characters in the MCU.
The variant we're hunting is... you.
Okay, yeah. Kind of figured.
I beg your pardon.
What version of Loki are we gonna get? I'm assuming there's gotta be like tons and tons of Lokis in this show. Damn, that's kind of brutal. Cool. Oh no, don't tell me it's over. Well, I gotta say, I really enjoyed it. It's pretty slow though, which kind of seems to be the theme of the Marvel shows. They start slow and really pick up as they go. Well, as I said, I did enjoy it. I thought it was very good. I think it was a little too slow. I would have liked something maybe a little bigger, some kind of reveal in this first episode that, you know, really hits you. In my opinion, the biggest reveal of the whole episode was that the TVA is powerful enough to just have Infinity Stones lying around that are completely useless. Which is what convinces Loki that, you know, these guys are the real deal. They really are this powerful. But I still think there's some merit in his thoughts that maybe, you know, this is all just some grand illusion. Because there are things about it that maybe will make sense a little bit further down the line, but some things that just don't quite add up, considering what we know we're going to get in the MCU here pretty soon and what's already happened. Like this whole idea of the sacred timeline and how it's the one timeline and any variant timelines are pruned and gotten rid of. that can't be true if we're getting the multiverse in Doctor Strange and in Spider-Man and what was kind of hinted at in WandaVision and everything. That alone means there cannot be a sacred timeline. Like, that just sounds like bullshit. But I'm not going to sit here and make a million theories like I did for WandaVision, because I've learned to avoid that and, not get my hopes shattered by a lack of Mephisto. Although they literally showed the devil in this episode, like, come on. Again, I don't think they're going to bring Mephisto in, especially not in this show. It seemed to me like they were implying that that was actually Loki that was represented by the devil, or at least a version of him. But who knows? I am going to keep my fingers crossed that Kang shows up, because, they literally show like a cartoon image of him. There's statues of his face. And the very last thing they show you before the end credits really start rolling is a shot of him. I'm like, they have to be introducing him in this show. And not gonna lie, it would be kind of cool to see Wunmi Mosako and Jonathan Majors in a show together again, right after Lovecraft Country happened. Like, come on, that'd be sick. Clearly, these time charges are gonna play a very important role in the story, because this variant Loki is collecting a bunch of them to do what? I don't know. Maybe to destroy the TVA. Maybe the other Loki is one that did manage to escape and is trying to find a way to stop them, because the TVA is the real villain, not the variant Loki. I feel like that's a very real possibility. I like how abstract and silly the whole TVA is. Like, everything looks very retro, weirdly timeless. They don't seem like all-powerful gods, but at the same time, it appears that they do wield a lot of power. And I don't know, I feel like out of everything about the show so far, the thing I'm most interested in is figuring out more about the TVA. Like, what is their deal? What is this place? How did this come to be? Who are the timekeepers? Do they really hold this much power, or is it all an illusion? I really want to know. Mobius seems like an interesting character just because he seems friendly and, kind of snarky, very quippy with Loki and everything. But he also seems to be exceedingly kind, but at the same time, the way he says certain things is a little off-putting, and I wonder if he is going to be, like, the major villain by the end of the show. If that's the case, that would be very cool. I don't know if I've ever seen Owen Wilson play like a villain type character. Even if he's not a villain, I don't really know if I've ever seen him play a character like this before. And I gotta say, I've definitely missed seeing Owen Wilson. The DB Cooper thing was funny, like, it was cute, but I don't really see why they included that in the show. It doesn't seem very important unless they're going to revisit it on a later episode, which I find highly unlikely. It was kind of just like a, haha, that's funny. Loki was actually DB Cooper. But I don't know, I feel like it didn't really do all that much for me. It was just, an entertaining moment. Him going through moments that haven't happened to him yet, I think is great. Like, seeing this Loki at this point in the story, right after he's been defeated in Avengers, to see all these shortcomings and mistakes he's made in his life going forward, I think that's actually really smart, because in a way it's a very different Loki than we know now, or right before he died. But seeing all these mistakes happen while he's already just been defeated, I feel like is going to kind of fast track him towards the Loki that we knew before, while also presenting a different character. Like, I don't think he'll ever actually be exactly like the Loki that died in Infinity War. But after seeing all this, there's no way he's going to be like the Loki we saw in Thor: The Dark World, Again, I found the reveal that, the variant that they're after is another version of Loki. I didn't really find it that compelling, just because that was part of a lot of the rumors and speculation going into the show. And even if it wasn't, I feel like it's kind of obvious. Like, why else would Mobius be interested in Loki so much? I feel like the reveal of this episode, personally, should have been seeing who this Loki is. Because I don't know for sure, but I recall there being like on-set photos that showed a female version of Loki, and in the comics, he's gender fluid, so he can be a man, a woman. Here lately, they've had Kid Loki be, the big thing. So I want to see what version of Loki this is. I feel like that would have worked a little better for me as the reveal at the end of the episode. Because it's going to happen here before too long, and whenever it does, I'm going to be like, should have done it earlier, but cool. Cinematography in the show is actually really good. There are some shots in this episode that are like spectacular. I think the lighting is great. It's very naturalistic in certain situations that I wouldn't say is uncommon to the MCU, but it does look and feel a little different than the typical Marvel movies. But at the same time, it does feel very cinematic. Like some of the shots of him standing in front of the projection of moments that haven't happened to him yet were very well framed, beautiful looking shots. That shot early on of the drop of water with like the bug's reflection crossing over it, I loved it. And a couple of those shots during the ending moments of the episode on the oil field in Oklahoma, just the lighting there with like the warm lights in the background and the cool lights in the foreground, very, very good. Music is also spectacular. I really like the score of this show. WandaVision was kind of quirky and strange and would change from episode to episode. Falcon and the Winter Soldier was much more typical to like a Captain America movie. And this most reminds me of the music from Thor Ragnarok, which I fucking loved. So I'm definitely digging that as well. Acting wise, I have to give it to Tom Hiddleston. His performance was very good. Particularly the moments he was looking through his memories and he's actually, crying and he's upset and angry, seeing that his mom died because of him, his dad died because of him, and he died in like the least glorious way you can imagine, with Thor actually mourning him. And for him to go through like so many stages of grief and trauma in such a short amount of time, to just like laughing at how hilariously bad it all ended for him, I thought that was a really, really great acting moment. Editing and pacing is where my real critique comes in. I think it's very slow paced. Like, it certainly held my attention for the whole episode, but I think they should have sped up the overall story just a little bit. Like I said, I think there needed to have been a better reveal or a bigger moment to happen in this episode to really pull people in. I'm a little worried that some people will watch this episode and be like, I don't think this show is for me. Even though I think by the end of this show, there's going to be very few people that would agree with that. Overall, I'm going to give this episode an 8 out of 10. I think it was very good. I'm very curious to see where we're going moving forward, because honestly, does the TVA really just want Loki to capture the other Loki, or prune, or whatever they're going to end up doing to the other Loki? Or is there something else going on here? Is their power real, or is it an illusion? Is there really only one timeline? I highly doubt it. And are we gonna see Kang? They gotta at least tease him before they fully put him into the next Ant-Man movie, right? Like, this is the moment. This is the moment. Come on, give me Kang. I don't care if it's a 30-second cameo, similar to when they first introduced Thanos. Like, just give me a little something. That'd be really cool. So I will see you all on that next episode. And that's about it.